Hi everybody. Welcome back to Werewolf the Apocalypse Earthblood. Say hello. Hold on. Say hello to my little friend. Whoa. Just letting it soak in for a bit. Alright, I do not do tips, tricks, guides, walkthroughs, 100% achievements, trophies, any of that jazz, speed runs, none of it. None of it here. You will find none of that here. Only the most top tier quality gameplay you will see on the YouTubes. Whole point of this channel really is just to kind of create a spot for people to come and chill out and relax and unwind and kind of relive those nostalgia eras of going over to a buddy's place after school or work and just turning your brain off and letting the stupid fly. I'm not really under like any kind of schedule, as Stu might say, schedule. Basically, anytime I'm playing a game, I just hit record because it literally takes zero effort on my part to do that. And, you know, in a way, this helps me continue to harass family and friends long after I may end up being put in the ground, figuratively speaking.
What?
I'm just going through these because we did this last time, but the autosave did not.
He seems to
Good. Party good one.
How did Endron
We
count
got
this?
until you.
I'll be back.
Okay. I didn't want to mess with the reset skills. So yeah, the whole point, just chill, relax. If you want to pick up a controller nearby, it doesn't matter if it's an Atari controller, a 360 controller, or a Wii remote. Pick it up, pretend you're playing along with me. Or just, you know, continue on doing what you're doing. Put on in the background and let the ambient noises and periodic mindless chatter on my part fill your home. To my subscribers, appreciate every single one of you. Really, the number, every time it goes up, gives me a nice warm feeling in my tummy, kind of like Winnie the Pooh with a pot of honey. It's fun, you know. It also helps keep me distracted from things like this goddamn pancreatitis.
There's still much work to be done.
Sucks, monkey.
Stay vigilant.
Fucks.
Lest
To
the
quote
worm overwhelm you.
a certain other YouTuber that I'm a big fan of. Shoot, patoot. So they had Hispo in the game. Also, that's floating bones. Now, normally I'd probably make fun of that, but honestly, in the World of Darkness, Werewolf the Apocalypse setting, that could be considered normal. But yeah, they had the Hispo model in the game. I get why they didn't add the extra 2 forms. There's 5 forms. That's not including the metamorphing that Guru and many changing breeds can do, which is like turning a human arm into a Krenos arm, or even like changing your head into that of their war form, werewolf head. That is all something.
Oh, now, I can feel the hate that flows through her. And her guardian spirit.
That they can do.
Ava, can you hear me?
Oh, there you are.
I want to
You are
go.
ready. We set it up near the road leading to Endron territory.
I want to talk to spirits. I want to collect spirits. This is the let's get a
The
feel for this new
worm has
environment.
hold of everything around us. The fight must continue.
Give me your spirit points. Give me your spirit points, that's all I want.
You must drive the worm from these lands, warrior of Gaia. It is killing us one by one.
Alright, now in the setting of
The
Werewolf the
spirits are
Apocalypse,
suffering.
I don't think I've brought this
How
up,
come
but
Onawa stand by and do nothing?
you see these stones? Spirits. See this ground? More or less spirits. Bones, spirits, there's spirits everywhere. It's very, what is it called? Animus? Anima? Anyways, you could have like spirits of emotion. In technology, you have spirits. That falls under the Weaver, basically. So you have things called net spiders, which are basically what you'd make them think they are, because the Weaver is usually portrayed as I don't know which way I'm supposed to go. I mean, I know that way is telling me to go that way, but I don't want to go that way. The Weaver is usually personified as a giant spider, just because that kind of fits more with the whole creating order and yada yada yada. And structure. And as I talked a little bit about before, did we get that side mission? Yeah, restore the altars, okay. Really a lot of the reason the werewolves are fighting this losing war, which they've been fighting for hundreds of years against the worm, if not longer, is because of the Weaver. As the theology of the setting goes, the Weaver trapped the worm in its webs to try and control it, because the Weaver's just doing what the Weaver does. The worm's doing what the worm does. It's just been corrupted because the Weaver tried to basically control the worm. And by doing it, it prevented the worm from performing its natural function of causing decay.
Once protected us from the worm.
I think I alluded to it being like controlled burns.
We are in danger.
And it went mad because it was thrashing itself, trying to get out of the Weaver's web. Oh, is that a thing? Did I discover a thing? I mean, someone else probably discovered it too, but let's see if I discover a thing. I like to discover things. Nope, that didn't work. Don't be like that. I want to discover a thing. I like to discover things. So there's that whole theology aspect. Just a quick overview of it. Oh, no, that doesn't look like a thing. That looks like a thing. That looks like two things. Oh, you're just gonna talk.
The worm is retreating,
Yeah, probably.
and our strength returning.
Don't really say much relevant. I kind of wish they did a bit more.
You are not of the Red Talon tribe.
No, I'm not part of the Red Talon
The
tribe.
Guardian Spirit no longer offers us its protection. Help us.
Oh, so this Pakachukaki Chuchu does not offer them protection, probably because he's so angry at humans, which last video I talked a bit about that. Each tribe usually has a parent totem, but each parent totem has a family of other spirits that are usually strong, but not as strong as the parent totem. So Griffin is the patron totem to the Red Talons. But that doesn't mean all Red Talons follow Griffin. They could follow another slightly less powerful spirit that functions as a totem. Something I forgot is frequently brought up in the theology of the setting is that Grandfather Thunder, which is the patron totem of the Shadow Lords, probably my overall favorite of the tribes of Guru, was for a time the consort to Gaia. And they had a bit of a falling out, and he's kind of bitter about that. There's a truck. I see this is kind of, sort of, the same as the other level, as I kind of alluded to before. Really feel like an open world Werewolf the Apocalypse game, using like Infamous as a basis, with activities and interactions would work really well. Okay, that's the 5th altar. So we're looking for these, right? Snake things. That's part of that mission that Onawa asked us to do to help strengthen Pakuchua. I think Pakuchua. I don't know, man. I just work here. Or I just live here. Hey, little spirit fellow. What's this? That is... I don't know what that would... Maybe, more than likely a fetish, and those in there are talons. I don't know what kind of fetish this is. And again, for your Werewolf the Apocalypse 101, fetishes are basically magic items. And talons are magic items, or the equivalent of... The difference being talons are usually one use, one and done, and fetishes are usually more permanent fixtures, such as magical weapons or armor, or you know, like a magical effigy that gives you perks and bonuses. Something I wish was more active in the game. They could have even added in crafting mechanics. They're missing rites. Rites are very important in the setting of Werewolf the Apocalypse. There's a rite of cleansing being one of the most, because werewolves in their pursuit of fighting against the worm, or in this case, Cahal drinking the whiskey that is made by a company called a subsidiary of Pentex. I think it's called like King's Beer or something. You gain worm taint. Even minor bits of it. Even Guru do. And the rite of cleansing allows them to kind of...
being devoured by the worm. But I still feel the cairn
purge.
holding strong.
Just not to use the word cleanse again. To purge worm taint that they've accumulated over a period of time. Usually rites are done by the Theurges, which is a auspice. Think of auspices in the sense of... like character classes in D&D, so like a paladin, assassin. The Theurges are like the mystics, the seers. They interact most with the spirit world. Doesn't mean that the other ones can't. It's just that they're more masters of it. And they're usually the masters of rites. Alongside Galliards being the bards in the setting. But not like your D&D bards. Every Guru is like a 10 to 12 foot tall murder dog. Alright? So don't let the auspice trick you into thinking you can't have like a bodybuilder that's a Theurge. Or a Ragabosh, which was my favorite auspice. They're the tricksters. Their whole shtick is to challenge the litany, to challenge leadership, to make the leadership question their decisions so that they don't get caught up being conceited, to keep them humble. They're also the spies, the assassins. Then you have the Philodoxes. They're also important in many rites. Three main ones for rites are Philodox, Theurges, and Galliards. It just depends upon the rite. But Philodoxes are the judges, the peacekeepers, the mediators. They're the half moon, and that's how auspices are dictated. They're dictated upon the birth, when a guru is born, before their first change, the moon sign that they're born under. If it's a full moon, you're an Aron, which is a warrior, a fighter. Then you have the, was it gibbous moon maybe? I think it's called. Which would be the Galliards, which are the bards, the storytellers, the lore keepers of the Gru Nation. Then as stated, the Philodoxes, or the mediators, peacekeepers, judges. They're a half moon. Quarter moon then is the Theurges, or the mystics and seers. The last one, the Ragabash, the no moon. Werewolves are tied to Luna, which is the spirit manifestation of the moon, which is where also they get their vulnerability to silver in the setting. Now the other changing breeds, so like the Naga, who I've excluded. The Naga are assassins. They are guys, judges, and assassins of the other Pharaoh, or changing breeds, or other were creatures. I forgot to mention them. I feel like a dumb bum. Or the Rokea, the were sharks, which I brought up before. They don't have the same connections to Luna. Some of them are afflicted with the silver weakness, but it's for other lore reasons. But they don't follow the auspice system. They each have their own auspice equivalent. Alright. What else? But yeah, I've talked about the changing breeds. There were 3 dead changing breeds, meaning that they've gone extinct. They were wiped out in the War of Rage. It's I think they're called Grondor, which were the Wereboars. And their whole thing was about purging corruption from the environment and the land. The Kamazotes, which were more or less wiped out by the Shadow Lords, they were werebats, and they acted as messengers for Gaia during the day, whereas the Koraks, the were-ravens, act as messengers for Gaia during the day, more or less. Or I'm sorry, the Kamazotes were for night, the messengers in night. So Grondor were wiped out, the Wereboars, Kamazotes were werebats, and the Apis, I think, which were Aurochs, I think is the phrase. Their war forms manifested as like Minotaurs. And their role for Gaia was pairing up for mating for different breeds. They were, like a dating counselor or something like that. They help find the best pairings. For one reason or another, when the Gru started the War of Rage, which was they were telling the other changing breeds, kneel to our superiority as the warriors of Gaia, or we will wipe you out, because we can do your jobs better than you, and we don't need all these other useless jobs. We need, because each of the tribes in the Guru Nation kind of fulfill similar roles. Like the Silent Striders are known as the messengers. Children of Gaia would probably fit in for more the Apis role of mating. And for purging land, you have things like the Akatina, who were Bane tenders and seekers of occult knowledge. Even though they didn't, from what I recall, did not play a part in the War of Rage as much. usually the three brother tribes, as I think they're called. You have the little, you have the middle, and the old. Old brother was Octina. Middle brother was Croatan. And younger brother was Wendigo. And they were all based on the tribal folk of the United States. Native Americans, Indians, whatever you want to associate them as, based upon, whatever generation you're part of. And the Croatan, butchering the pronunciation, but they were wiped out, defeating the Eater of Souls, which is one of the three heads of the worm, called the Triadic Worm, during the era of the Wild West. It was actually so powerful during that period of time that the Eater of Souls was able to begin partial manifestation of a physical form on Earth. Think of them in the same way if you're familiar with Warhammer, one of the Chaos Gods. It's as if Khorne literally just appeared in the world of the old world, or in 40k. And it took the whole tribe of Middle Brother, as the peoples call them, amongst each other. Their sacrifice sent the Eater of Souls back into the Umbra realms. That's generally considered one of the lost or fallen tribes. Of course, the most popular fallen tribe is the Black Spiral Dancers, who were originally called the White Howlers, which were based out of Scotland. And they originally worshipped Lion as their totem. They went to, one day they gathered all together, the major leaders, and said, we need to bring the fight to the worm. We need to stop being passive. Now, this happened around the Dark Ages. Which don't actually exist, but never did. That's kind of a movie thing at this point, or pop culture. But historically speaking, there wasn't a Dark Age. But during the Dark Ages, medieval ages, the White Howlers said, we need to bring the fight to the worm. We need to go where the worm lives and combat it there and finish this once and for all. They tried to get the other tribes on board. Today, again, I thank God for having made me the Urge by birth. Without the spiritual aptitudes inherited from my ancestors, I would have been unable to bond with the guardian spirit of the Red Talons. They would have killed me over the years. My Urge heritage allowed me to strengthen this bond. Today, I am also one with Pachua. He feels what I feel. Words are no longer necessary between us, nor for the matter with the Red Talons. They instinctively understand what I want.
She's no ordinary pack leader.
Alright, so the White Howlers called out to the other tribes to join them. The other tribes refused. The White Howlers said, screw it. If they ain't coming, we're gonna go in. We'll get all the glory for ourselves then. So the White Howlers went down deep into the ground, seeking out Malefas, which are locusts of power of the worm. Kind of like what cairns are for the Guru, which are holy sites of power, great spiritual energy, and usually have a lower gauntlet rating. A gauntlet rating. And I'm sorry for popping around like this. I'm not... I might not be explaining things too perfectly, but I hope I'm getting enough of it across. But a gauntlet rating is a barrier that keeps the spirit realm and the mortal realm, the physical realm, from imposing upon one another, and sometimes it bleeds through. And the higher the gauntlet rating is, the more difficult it is for spirits to cross over, and vice versa. So they sought out these places deep underground in pursuit of Malefas, which are also considered like the heart of the world. And they kept going down, they kept battling Banes and monstrosities beyond sanity, and they fought, and they died on their way through it. Some of them got captured. Others kept going down and down until they started to reach what seemed to be a staircase that kept spiraling into a spiral shape. Down and down they went. This is called dancing the spiral. When a guru is to be corrupted into a black spiral dancer, even if they're born into a black spiral dancer tribe, they have to do what's called dancing the spiral, which is them walking down a spiral staircase the entire time, gazing down into an abyss. It's kind of like that Nietzsche, staring down into the abyss kind of thing, the monsters, blah blah blah. And unknowingly and unwittingly, due to pride, due to passion, due to fear, due to rage, the White Howler tribe as a whole, outside of a few stragglers, all perished or were converted into what would eventually become the Black Spiral Dancers. Dancing the spiral. At that point, Lion was heartbroken because that was the White Howler's totem. And that's based on the idea that there used to be lions in Europe. But Lion was so heartbroken and shamed, it left more or less the Guru Nation as a totem until much, much later. It lost its pride, it lost everything. And that's when Whippoorwill, the being of the worm, adopted the Black Spiral Dancers as his own. Green Dragon is one of the other popular totems for Black Spiral Dancers. Now, one of the other and the last lost tribes of the Guru were the Bunyip, I think. And they were out of Australia, and they were kind of like a more dingo-ish. And they were regretfully wiped out during the War of Rage by the Guru Nation, the 13 tribes of Guru, when they landed in Australia. As part of their, you can't protect your lands, we can, so we're taking it from you. And that's a little bit of backstory. Part of the reason why the Guru are losing as bad as they are, or the forces of Gaia are losing as bad as they are. It's not that they weren't losing before, it's just it helped expedite the process. Alright. Number 3? That's number 1. Oh, okay. I can literally just keep talking about this setting and everything for another like 30, 40 hours very easily. That's not bad either, huh? Yeah, that's King Brewery, King Distillery. Now in the east, you have the Hingeoke, or the Beast Courts, which were the Asian Pharaoh decided to band together. They had their own war of rage. It was called the War of Shame, where they wiped out the Okuma, which were the werebears, werepandas. That's not as fleshed out as the War of Rage. But there's where you most commonly see packs or groups. They call them Sentai. And they're usually formulated of the different changing breeds, known under a different name. So you have the Haken, which are an off-branch of Shadow Lords. They're their eastern group. You have the Kitsune, which are the werefoxes. You have the Zhuangzi, I think, which were the Mokole, which are weregator, werereptile, Farah. And then of them, you have the Khans and the Bagheera, usually making up predominantly the Bastet, which are werecats. Nizumi are wererats. The Tengu are the wereravens. And then you have spiders. I forgot what they went by. Kumo. And also the Samabito, goblin sharks, were sharks, and there's usually in the older werewolf stuff, they have little comics at the beginning, which were always neat to read and look at. And theirs was kind of based around like a Power Rangers, Super Sentai type of shtick. I've seen one of those. And the role of the Kitsune is, well, this is kind of interesting. The Kitsune are considered the youngest of the changing breeds, the newest, the last that were formulated. And they don't really have a role, so what they do is they try and find a role overlapping with the others. So you might have them trying to pass off as a warrior, you might have them try to pass off as a messenger. They're like the younger brother trying to find their way. Sorry, I'm going to try and see where if I can find this last one by cheating. Now, I'm pulling all this mostly from memory and trying not to look it up, so if I do get some things mixed up and wrong, it's because of memory. It's not because I don't necessarily know my stuff. I own every book ever made for Werewolf the Apocalypse that isn't the newest edition, because I'm not touching that with the 30-foot pole. What one are we missing? It's not telling me. Until you enter the outpost.
And lamb to mankind bodies. The Red Talons haven't been cooperative.
Yeah, there's a lot of interfaction arguments. So, like, the Silverfangs are the former Glory Day leaders of the Guru Nation, Pack Alphas. Shadow Lords were always the, at least portrayed stereotypically, as like the conniving second command trying to seek power through subversion of the subverting the influence of the Alpha. But as far as I'm concerned, they're the real leaders of the Gru Nation. They're the best. Where's the outpost? The fifth snake altar until you enter the outpost. Okay, but trying to use a guide for this, so sorry about that, everyone. Just because I don't want to miss it. It's a pet peeve of mine. I really hate missing out on things. I wish there was a way to toggle a marker for it. There isn't. Does it mean this is an outpost? See, there's supposed to be an objective marker for them. I've noticed that it's kind of buggy with the secondary objectives. And according to this, it makes it seem like you can... Oh, see, I was going to miss that. That you can get the secondary objectives without going to the Lambda whatever eco-terrorist group section of the map. So maybe let's see if we can find some type of entrance. Doesn't look like it. This says it's all mined. I don't want to go get blowed up. Yep, see, like that. I got blowed up. Last checkpoint. How far does that set me back? And that's why I hate not being able to manually save in games. Set me back too far. Okay, so this guide I'm using isn't actually accurate. You have to go here next. And by this guide I'm using, I'm being completely honest. I'm using it as little as possible.
Old abandoned mine.
You guys got anything in here for me? Crossbow bolts.
I hear Endron's next big marketing push is make the desert green again. That's why they chose this place for their HQ.
Make the desert what the fuck? Do they not know what a desert is? I mean, I get they're only here for the oil, but how stupid do they think we are?
Pretty stupid. You are eco-terrorists. You're some of the dumbest people. Not that I don't understand or sympathize, but... Alright, the Den of the Wolves that attacked our site and killed one of the President's Black Spiral assets has finally been located. Transmit to General Command immediately. Request new order, request material for countermeasures, request specialists, request setting up outposts.
Endron has been looking for Tarker's Milk Cairn for 5 years.
We're on the same side, and the Red Talon's still.
Ava said they're a different pack than the wolves at Tarker's Mill. We're gonna have to be careful.
Alright. Now, something not brought up in the Endron Pentex basic normal human enemies. Humans suffer from the delirium due to the application of what was called the Impergium. And it was basically a table and tabletop that ran the gamut from curling up into a ball and urinating on yourself in fear to turning into a blind frenzy. End result is people would either completely black out and forget encountering a werewolf, or if they were strong-willed enough, more than likely, very rarely would they actually remember the encounter with the werewolf, but they would try to logically exclude it, such as saying it was a hoax or an act or special effects or a costume. Whereas people who have high enough willpower would remember it, but they would come off as crazy if they tried to justify it. That's called the Veil, and it was a gift, and I use that word tongue-in-cheek.
Your outposts are too well protected.
As a way to protect the group from
Ava's on it.
being mass
She
discovered
thinks
by
she's found the way
humanity.
through the landmines.
Because much like the vampires in Vampire the Masquerade, if humanity was to find out about werewolves as a whole, well, playing the numbers game and with the mass armaments and weapons that humanity has access to, it would look even more bleak for the forces of Gaia.
Ava just told me about Adana. I'm so sorry, Cahal.
We'll get her back. I'll catch you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go talk to her first. I don't want to sequence break because I've heard horror stories.
Gahal. But you're alone.
I'm sorry, Ava. They'd already moved Adana out of the prison by the time I got there.
Why are you
Dusk told
apologizing
me.
to her about your
Do
daughter?
you know where they've taken her?
Endron's Nevada HQ.
She should be.
But that's what the leader of the Red Talon says anyway.
The Red Talons. Those fuckers have been attacking my people since we got here.
How many?
2 teams wiped out, and a few more injured.
I can't bring back the people you've lost. But I can promise you won't lose any more. I freed their leader from Endron's grip.
They captured another Garu?
They were experimenting on her before they captured Adana. Apparently my daughter makes a better test subject.
Those fucking bastards. We'll save her. I promise you.
The leader of the Red Talons agrees to hold back her wolves until we get 80 back.
But she's not going to help?
I think she's using us. We take the risks. She reaps the benefits.
And mind you, she's
At least
not
the
their
leaders
leader. Is not
I'll take
Red
it.
Talon. She's like
Have you
Tuna.
seen the wall that
which is
protects those Endron outposts?
Rare.
It's surrounded by a minefield. Nobody here can get through their defenses. Only you.
Only me. Need I remind you that you're a Garu too?
Sure, but I'm not a fighter. My strengths lie in data. Weaver stuff.
You can turn into like
Anyway,
a 12-foot tall
listen.
werewolf. You are a
I've
fighter.
been working on it for a couple of days, but I think I figured out how to deactivate their landmines and get you into an evac duct. It'd be too small for a human, of course, but a wolf could get through. Get to the other
She
side
more or
and
less
take care of our
confirmed she's a
outposts.
glass walker.
Deal with the men guarding the terminals in each outpost and connect me. Once I'm on their
And
network,
more computers.
I'll be able to clear you a path through the maintenance zone. It's the quickest way into Endron HQ. Go see
Again, they
Deckman.
could have,
He'll
even
tell
with
you how
what
to
they
get
were
past
doing
the
with this,
minefield.
there's so much more they could have added, like gifts and rights and talons and more than just hacking into computer terminals.
Yeah?
Alright, so she's showing us she's more or less a glass walker, and glass walkers are kind of like the opposite to red talons, where red talons are mostly lupus, and they're all about being as wolf can be. Glass walkers cling a little bit too tightly to being human. They rely on technology a lot. They favor their Hamid form a lot more. You see a lot of cybernetics come into play. They're almost like Weaver addicts, which is kind of scary to a lot of the other Guru tribes. They used to be known during the West as the Iron Riders, and during the medieval ages they were known as the... what was it? I gotta look this up. Glass Walkers, WT, because I forgot what they were called. Herders of Man or something like that. What were they known as? Carthage, Rome, Dark Ages, Warders or City Warders. Warders of Men or the City Warders. Then they changed their name to Iron Riders during the Wild West days, and in modern times they're known as the Glass Walkers.
We haven't had time to talk about Rodko.
Yeah. I can't get it out of my head.
But the thing about what
I
she
was his
said...
lieutenant. I should have seen it. I should have done something to stop it.
Ava, I've been there. Rage gives no warning and heeds no reason. No one could have seen it coming. Not you, not me. Not even Rodko.
How are you holding up? You're the one who had to...
I didn't have a choice.
Put down a bad dog?
But I wish he were still with us. We'll have to learn to live with his absence.
But even the weakest, lowest rank werewolf, and you see it in Vampire the Masquerade during that one encounter, even your weakest guru is more than a match for an entire, whatever they call, coterie of vampires. So you have a bunch of like 4 low-level vampires or 5 low-level vampires versus 1 guru, and that's a boss battle. That's like a final boss battle. A pack of even low-rank werewolves is a threat to even elder vampires on their own. That's just how the power scaling in the setting works. Now, obviously, the most gamey, power gamer character from the World of Darkness setting is Mage. You can game that system to where you can pull off some amazingly outlandish stuff just because of how their spheres work, which spheres are like their schools of magic. All said and done, a high-ranking guru based upon their tribe is, I would argue, more powerful than even mages. Like I said, the Silverfangs have a rank 5 gift where they can cause vampires to be unable to use their blood disciplines or even access their blood pool. likewise, they could keep mages from using their magic. And in that point, you're stuck with having to fight a werewolf toe-to-toe with just what you got on hand. And mechanically, werewolves get massive stat buffs in their war form, the Krynos. That's more than a match for any of the other splats. They were called splat books. With maybe the mummy. Mummies were really powerful, but you didn't see a lot of people playing mummy games, even though I liked playing them. I have some really fond memories. Go to the mall. I would go to Walden Books, if you remember that place, or Books in the Mall, or bookstores in the mall, and I would immediately search out sections for the role-playing games and start just digging through trying to find whatever White Wolf books I could.
I was able to save Yfem and the spirits from Endron's invasion.
Oh yeah, Yfem.
Glad to hear it.
Cool guy.
Been worried about them for a while.
God, these facial...
worm is
Look at those
retreating
facial
from the
animations,
forest.
man. Sometimes they're just
Yfem
janky.
should be able to protect the cairn on his own now.
We'll be back there soon.
Her eyebrows,
Lady.
her mouth
We
is
will.
like contorting in these weird shapes.
Ava, you're not responsible for Endron taking
It's
it down.
rough, but you know,
It already
it's
identified
endearing in a way.
I don't know how, but they knew about our attack. The whole thing was a trap. She was their target from the start.
If she's the one they wanted, then they've already got plans for her.
Time's against us.
I know you're just trying to take the weight off my shoulders, but this is still my fault,
Yeah, it is.
Cahal. I don't know if I'll ever be able to forgive myself.
It's all our fault. But we'll get her back. We have to.
Yeah, I think a neat suggestion if they ever, which I doubt they will, I think this is going to be a dead property, especially with the newest edition of Werewolf being a complete travesty. But if they ever did try to do a pre-5th edition Werewolf the Apocalypse game again, meaning in this setting, maybe go for more of a comic book stylized.
Endron's offering their
think that
prisoners
would
the
work
same
really well
injections they were
aesthetically.
giving their recruits at Tarker's Mill. That's where their elite soldiers are coming from.
Did you destroy their lab at least?
I couldn't have done it alone. It was too big and too well protected.
Then we've got our work cut out for us once we've got Adana back.
We've got to move. I read a report from the scientists at the prison. 80's highly compatible with their program.
Ah, shit.
Shit,
Leader
Rick.
of the Red Talons. Endron scientists used her as a guinea pig for months.
There should be a
Any idea
Cahal
what
and
they were doing to
Ava
her?
They
spoof, kind of like
injected
Rick
her
and
with a
Morty.
substance that was supposed to lure the worm. But it didn't
Aw,
work
jeez,
because she'd
Cahal.
already gone through her first change.
What is it, Ava?
But
What-
Adana.
what-
I know. That's why we need to get her back ASAP. I'm
damn it,
off.
Bob. Alright. We did that. Now let me talk to him, because maybe he'll give me something.
Ava just told me about Adana.
We'll get her back. How did you manage to get out of prison?
Pretty simple. Ava sent Viridian State a transfer order for me, complete with an Endron seal of approval. During the transfer, Lambda Mankind attacked my convoy, and the rest is history.
I'm
Dang,
sorry.
you got some buck
I
people.
really tried, but
I'm just busting your balls, man. You were there to save your daughter, I get it. Besides, at the end of the day, I'm out of prison.
thank you for your help in the prison. You took big risks for me.
You can thank me when we've got your daughter back, but just remember, my favorite way to be thanked is cold, hard cash.
Lest I forget.
Alright.
I'll catch you later.
So, kinfolk. I know they're using these as humans, like eco-terrorists, Greenpeace, poopy-face humans, but kinfolk are really the human element behind a lot of GRU operations. And they're people who carry the same werewolf gene, but spiritually. And according to the Weaver's version of Pentex, it's called a company called DNA Pharmaceuticals. They do believe that there's a werewolf gene hard-coded in. They haven't
The
been able
HQ
to
isn't
discover
as
it, but-
damaging as the Outposts. That's what Endron's using to drain this land of all its oil.
And our first step to shutting down those outposts is getting beyond that perimeter wall. Once we do, they're finished.
But kinfolk usually do a lot of the heavy lifting, and I think they should have again, I feel like because you're missing a huge part of Werewolf, the whole furry eco-terrorist Captain Planet shtick is like a small percentage of what Werewolf's about. I feel like they missed a lot of opportunity by not delving into the kinfolk aspect with a lot of dialogue and drama and conversational relationship building. I think that would have been really neat. Maybe for another game. With how poorly this did, for many legit obvious reasons, I don't think we'll see another Werewolf the Apocalypse game that isn't some terrible text adventure that's trying to pass off as a choose your own adventure, but is really just railroaded into giving you the illusion of choice, which pisses me off. Makes me rage.
Follow me.
Oh, also speaking of rage, there used to be a card game called Rage.
I heard
to
you
capitalize
took your daughter
on
to
the
their HQ.
Magic the Gathering
I
craze.
can't even imagine.
We just have
It's
to
pretty
get her
fun.
back. Tell me about the outposts.
There are 4 entrance sites inside the perimeter. To reach them, use the evacuation duct.
Yeah.
And the minefield?
Go around the perimeter wall, but keep your distance. You'll see a red mark on a rock. From that mark, go straight towards the wall.
Once you've reached it,
Once you've
stay
reached
close.
it, stay close. Follow the wall until you find the entrance to the duct. From there, it's all up to you. Good luck.
Speaking of rage, well, let's see if he's got anything else to say.
What do you need?
How are things going with the Red Talons?
Well,
No,
they haven't started
continue.
attacking us again, at least. And thanks to you, we were able to place the relays Ava needed to hack into their network.
Glad to hear they're keeping their word. Remind me how to reach the...
Go around the... From the
All
fall,
right,
good
he's
luck.
just repeating. Okay, so, Rage, which is a card game I've been meaning to pick up and collect just for my own collection purposes. I went to a convention many years back. I won't name it because of bad blood, more or less. And what was a red mark? And I kept walking by this one artist, probably like 4 or 5 times. I'm like, that art looks really familiar to me. Eventually, I approached and I said, "Hey, you worked on some Werewolf the Apocalypse art in the books, right?" I was like, "Yeah." "You got him?" Make a short story long and then short again. I ended up buying a couple of prints, original prints of Rage, the Rage collectible card game, and one of them being one of my favorites, which was Mother Larissa, which is a elder in the Bonar tribe, which is one of my favorite tribes, amongst 2 others. You can set me back like $700 for all the prints. And you know, I'm talking with the guy, I asked him some questions, you know, we're being cordial. And I guess one of the handlers, I don't know what they're called, that was standing behind him, was like, you know, for like extra dollars, he'll sign the prints. And both the artist and I kind of just turned and looked at the guy like he just said one of the dumbest things in the world. And we were like, yeah, these are original prints. His signature's already on them, so why would I, you know, why would I pay for something that's already on there? It would end up ruining it. So, sometimes people speak before thinking. I know I'm guilty of it, but it's just something I found hilarious. That whole interaction. Also, that was the convention where I was dressed up, and everybody kept saying, "Hey, that's a nice Hammond cosplay from Jurassic Park." I'm like, no, this is just how I normally dress. It's kind of like every time I used to go to conventions, and just the way I dress, people would think I'm cosplaying. I once went to a convention in South Florida, and people came up wanting pictures, and you know, there was flirting and talking with me about it, and they're like, oh, you're I see you're dressed like Tommy. That's a great Tommy from Power Rangers. I was like, no, this is just how I dress and look. I don't know. It's weird sometimes. Alright, now I'm in here. So let me see what it says about this last altar, because I kind of want to get this out of the way. Once inside, on the far right side, the back portion, you'll find some platforms. Okay. Far right side.
Why do you ask?
Just curious. Makes you wonder where Endron finds the money to buy all these labs.
That's not much of a mystery. You know Pentex, right? Endron's one of their subsidiaries. They've got more money than they could ever need.
I gotta see something. Oh, I got 2 points. I didn't realize I had 2 points.
I honestly don't care what happens to Endron's data. I work for Pentex. I'm just here to pick up some samples, that's all.
Endron's a subsidiary of Pentax, genius. Help me out here, or it's your ass on the line for the loss of the data.
Okay. I'm not seeing it yet. It's gotta be here though. come back here. Come back this way. Kind of want to start on the right side and work my way back. Seems like I can't get over here yet, huh? I have to go do some hoop-de-blah.
Anything going on with the activists?
They're keeping quiet for now. I can't imagine they could get through our defenses if they tried. He knows.
Send more men in the...
No, give me a fucking break. I swear. Sometimes, not sometimes, this is wonky. This is wonky as all hell. Why do I even bother trying to play it stealthy? Did I do this part already? The bodies disappear, huh? Just trying to find this secondary objective. And I'll come back. Is that it there? I think so. There's something white over there and something white over there. There we go. Alright. I'm gonna go back now. I have to go over there and check that out real quick.
I see that you have paid your respects at my territory shrines. Good.
Yeah, no thanks to you,
Return
lady.
to me later. I'm sure that I'll have more for you to do.
Yeah, anything else?
The minor spirits of our territory are too weak to withstand the worm. If you want to help them, send them to Pachua. He will offer them his protection and care. Go now. What is it?
I'll be back.
Actually.
What?
Nothing to say, huh?
How did we... I'll be...
Appease the spirits. Okay. Alright, I have 2 points available. What do I want to spend on? More crossbow bolts, I don't know. Let's do that. What is this? Let me look this up. Because I don't know why it doesn't trigger. Wipe out the worm's spirits. Alright. I don't know why it's not showing up. Again. I don't think there's like a toggle. No, there's no toggle. Just a straight shot, right? I don't need to be as loosey-goosey about it, or I can be a little loosey-goosey more. A little loosey-goosey boy. Let's go. Now let's continue what we're doing.
Go to Pachua. He is waiting for you.
Thank you, warrior of Gaia. I would have fallen prey to the worm.
Okay, that's first one. See how that worked. And it did. Is there anything out here? No. I could run back and get more crossbow bolts, but it ain't worth it. Oh, hey.
Suffer no longer. Go to Pachua.
Pakua.
It will keep you from the worm's reach.
I see at the edge of the abyss. Thank you for calling me back.
It's a force spirit.
Anything going on with the activists?
They're keeping quiet for now. Can't imagine they could get through our defenses if they tried.
What we got? What we got? Where's the alternate from? I can get that guy and then that guy. But I'm gonna get that turret down if I can. Okay. Crossbow bolts. Always appreciated. Is there a spirit or anything in here? What was this? Read. Dr. Lesterman, Major Granner, sustained severe injuries to the arm during a confrontation with the local pack here in Nevada. We had no other choice but to amputate her arm. According to instructions from President Watkins, we are repatriating the Major to your laboratory so you can equip her with the latest Division 2 prosthetics. Priority operation, the Major must rejoin her division as soon as possible. How did she get out of the Umbra?
The first time I saw her, she was with Orlov. She just had surgery.
How did a human... I mean, it's not impossible, but it's highly improbable. Like, if you wanted to get rid of something, very easy in Werewolf the Apocalypse. Like, if you wanted to game the system mechanically, pull a human or pull a vampire into the Umbra, and they are toast. Why is that? Clean up that hack. Oh, I have to clean this out, huh?
What was that? Mike? Is that you? We've got company here!
Raise the security level. Be on the lookout.
Do that. So I need to see what needs to still be hacked. drones now have guns.
Ava, I've cleared out the outpost and connected you to the network.
Good. I'll try and take control of Endron HQ's surveillance system. I've learned more about the Earthblood protocol. The stuff they're injecting into their soldiers acts directly on their immune system. It seems like the experiments they've been conducting have to do with the protocol too.
Donna was the one who actually convinced me to join Lambda Mankind.
Don't worry. We'll get her back. Whatever it takes.
Oh, well, thank you. Okay, so now these people are here, but they don't do really anything. Oh.
Okay, just stay calm. They'd never attack us. Not out in front of their HQ like this. Deep breaths.
Oh, I can't go here yet, huh? Okay. Still looking for 2 more spirits, I think, for the side quest. Here's one more.
Return to your guardian spirit. He will protect you.
You have my gratitude, warrior of Gaia.
It's a 3rd spirit. Go over there. Here. And it's over here.
Go to Pachua. He will welcome you and protect you from the worm.
Thank you for your guidance. The call of the worm
But
drives
turn it in,
out all
and then
else.
we'll come back and clear out the rest of these, because I think that's going to be it for the side missions for this area. And it'll cut back me having to run back and forth. Waste time. Oh wow, it cleared out this area too. So I don't have to do the minefield. I'll come back and talk to him after I turn this in.
You have helped Pachua grow in power. I thank you.
Alright, anything else later?
What is...
I'll be back.
Okay, I've got 2 skill points to burn through. That one, obviously. Healing, anything that provides healing and health. And that's another prevalent reason werewolves in the World of Darkness setting are so powerful is they heal like madmen. Between burning rage for extra turns to help heal, and really only suffering aggravated damage to silver, and certain claw attacks, something most other races or splats in the World of Darkness setting don't have access to quite as readily.
Ava just told me about it.
We'll get her. Okay.
To the point that if you have rage, even
Yeah.
if you suffer critical wounds that
I'm off.
kills your character, you would do a roll, and based upon your rage, you can literally come back from the dead, even through silver.
Where's Ava?
She's inside. It's good to see you again, Cahal.
Thanks.
So even if you suffered aggravated damage, it's possible to revive. They're incredibly hard and hardy to kill. What do you guys say?
Nice work on those outposts. We'll handle the rest, don't worry.
You'll handle the rest. Are you sure? 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, quiet tummy. Here's our little guy. Doing some spirit collecting. Can you go up here? turn these off. Let's read this. Captain Fergus, encountering difficulties on the ground, local pack is posing problems. Attacks endangering the calendar communicated by the board of directors. Have installed a minefield around the perimeter of our outposts to keep them at a distance. Recommend that the return of Major Granner to the site. Despite her injury, she managed to have him on the ropes. With her, victory will be ours. Ours.
This report was printed shortly after I reunited with Adana.
What does this lead to? Does this lead to a thing? Let's see if this leads to a thing. Does it go up or down? It goes up.
HQ will be sending us reinforcements soon.
Good. As soon as they arrive, we'll launch our attack on those activists. They fucked with us for long enough.
This looks like a room by room thing, huh? Yeah, this is worth using the crossbow bolts for. Stop looking over here.
Killer in our midst. Let's find the son of a bitch.
Alright, I'll show you. For the attention of Division 2, have begun energy extraction process in the outposts of the site. Yields consistent with forecasts. See Annex. Preparations for the implementation of Earthblood protocol field tests are underway. Okay. Looks like a spirit there. We got whiskey here. Kinda don't want to use the whiskey yet.
Who the fuck are you? Intruder!
To try and see the white balls of light may show up. So there's nothing else in this general direction. Everything else is going to be over there, I think, and in here. I like this a lot. This area a lot more than that first area. can't see me here. Got at least one patrol. I could swear the second one. Okay, we got 2 patrols. I think I've already killed scientists, so I'm not worried. I think that's an achievement thing anyways. I don't know why they don't want you killing scientists. I mean, they're just as much a part of Pentex and Endron as your soldiers, and they're arguably even worse. This is a good way to build my rage up, because also, if you wanted to get more rage, you'd pop that on. But nothing says filling up your rage like taking a swig of whiskey. Okay, let me triple check if there's gonna be another side quest. I got those. Okay, there will be at least one more side quest from what I can see, but it's not anywhere here yet. I think I'm gonna go for like a longer recording. Because I ain't gonna be bothered by anybody. I don't have my appointment until tomorrow. At least I hope it's tomorrow. What's today? Thursday? Yeah. Nope. It's up there, isn't it? Yep.
Well done.
Alright.
I'm almost through their defenses. Keep going. Endron's headquarters has been pretty active lately. Seems like our attacks on their outposts haven't gone unnoticed. They're gonna bulk up their defenses.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, people, you know the drill. Grab everything you can. Rations, equipment. If it's useful, you take...
What is that, flask? Yeah. There's two over there. Something in there. In that direction. Looks like it's inside there.
What are we going to do with the guards we took prisoner?
I don't know. It's up to Declan and Ava. But I really don't see them walking away after all this.
Or do I? I think this is just crawl space, so it's not this. It's gotta be in that other area over there. Get to it. Some over there. Really? Is that on like the outside or tricky. Tricky. Okay, so in wolf mode, you can see these white little spots. And those little white spots will tell you where there is something. Now, let's test this out. Alright, white spot shows up. White spot goes away. So there's a point to being in lupus. I guess it gives you like a scent marker. I don't think I can get in there yet. I think that's where we're going to go after the fact. Alright, now we go back here. So I'm gonna double, triple, quadruple check that I didn't miss anything on these. No, looks like we're clear. Yeah, the first part of the game isn't near as good. I think this is much better than the rest of it was. I'm actually enjoying this. So if you can make it through the first part of the game, the prison was fun, if really short. I regret that.
This was sent when we were attacking the fracking site.
The first part of the game was a bit of a drag. No lie. Where's that door unlocks? Alright folks, I'll be back right in 1 second. Nature calls. Idly hodily neighborina yodely yo. Alright, yeah, even though again all my criticisms before, I am enjoying this desert part a bit more. What was I going to do? All of this basically doesn't matter anymore. What does matter is maybe this and that. And more crossbow bolts would be good. So I think I'll save up for more crossbow bolts. Even though this game, from what I can tell, it's not horrendously short, but it is not as long as I would like it to be. Because then you got all these skills that... aren't getting leveled up. Oh, cat's acting bonkers again. How do we get up there to them? Oh, there's stairs there. We got what? 1, 2, we got a robot. What is that? Didn't I get everything here? Is there something in here I missed? Because I think those just highlight the spirits. I don't think they just highlight items. Oh, body's gone. Back, take this guy, sabotage this door. Looks like I'm gonna have to fight regardless. This lead? I didn't even know about this entrance. Oh, it's there, except I just didn't look right. Thought it was just a wall. Alright, one more.
That, I should have access to the HQ's camera network. I'll keep you posted. I've managed to stop the oil pumping. Their machines have all gone quiet. I just wish I could see the look on those Endron execs' faces.
Alright. Doing good.
We've taken more
good.
losses. They attacked us near the gate to their HQ service entrance.
Shit. But we all knew the risks when we came here.
Yes, you did. Yeah. I do wish the combat was a bit more, in depth. Really, I mean, they were hitting some right notes with this. Obviously, I'm more impressed with this area, which is kind of weird to me. Usually, a lot of these types of games, they front load it. And then the game gets worse as you go, but honestly, this game has gotten better. It's still not very accurate or as good of a werewolf game as I would like it to be, but it, yeah. These past two areas I've enjoyed. Alright, so I don't have any more white floaty goo stuff, do I? Alright, I got one grate there, I've got an entrance, and I've got anything fun here. What's this? Oh, crossbow bolts. I didn't know I couldn't see too well in the pure dark, even though I should be able to because I'm a guru. What we got in here? We got a couple of these.
Once those eco-terrorists are out of the way, we've got some wolves to kill.
Their time will come. So it does. Not a threat to us.
At least that starts getting a patrol working. Alright, so that's where that grave will lead me. Unless there's another, yep, there's another way here. Use a camera. Can't risk it. I mean, I could, but... Sorry, anything in here? Anyone in here? No. You can tell because if you can run and sprint, it's not a combat or stealth area. We've read
The
that.
first time I saw her, she was with Orlov. She just had surgery.
Alright, that disables, I think, the cameras and what? A door? No, that camera's still active. Go back to the main entrance. Oh, there's some up here. Crossbones. How do we get up there? It looks like it disabled that. See what we can get away with here. Game system hit. Another patroller. Where does he go? None of them have silver weapons, so I'm not too worried about that. Let me go back to the front because I think that guy goes to lean against the post. And again, I could be probably less stealthy, methodical, but I don't know. Let me know what's generally held as being more interesting, watching stealth gameplay or just combat. I think because of the lack of complexity with this combat system in this game, I feel like stealth's more interesting to watch. It's definitely a lot more interesting to play. Okay. And that one went without a hitch.
It's done. I'm getting a feed from their HQ's cameras. It's time for us to attack. Go check in with Declan.
Okay. Cahal managed to put a stop to the activities in Endron's Outposts and grant access to their headquarters network to Ava. Now Cahal can get into the building to look for Adana. The screws are being tightened around the company's director, Richard Watkins. Alright. We are kosher. Now I just need to look up there, but there's whiskey and stuff I need to grab.
We have won this battle. I wonder what Onawa would say.
Oh, should I go talk to him now? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Let's do that. Collect this.
Now breathe.
Yeah, I'll go talk to Onawa. Real quick. Since it really doesn't take that long to backtrack this one. Oh, I thought it said a spirit point awarded. Let's go get crossbow bolts while I'm at it. Might have to take a breather here. I gotta make a phone call to some folks I owe a response to in regards to an order that got messed up, because when you share the last name with other folks, I guess it can be difficult getting people the correct items that they ordered.
Need?
I've met a number of spirits in this region. And the Red Talons don't seem to care about the presence of the worm. They're only concerned with their cairn. That worries me.
Me too. I've never heard of Red Talons being this passive. They're known for how hard they fight.
Keep an eye on them. Something might be up. Did you ever manage to gain access to Endron HQ's network?
Not yet, no. Hell, I don't even know if I'll be able to do it in time to help you. I should have
Is there
control
anything,
over the
Ava,
entrances
you've
to
been
the
able to
maintenance zone at the
successfully
very
do
least,
this
but
entire
I can't
game?
guarantee more than that.
Call.
Do what you can. I'm heading.
Declan's waiting for you in front of the gate to the 8.
Yeah. Don't see any.
How's everything going here?
Could be worse. Ava and I will be following your progress from here. Good luck, man.
Alright. Refill on that. I'm not seeing any white splotches showing up.
Endron hasn't even slowed down. They're still trying to bring them.
Okay, that's gonna be the last. Before moving on to the next section, probably. Yeah, if there was something, it would show up that way. So, learn from my mistakes. Use that lupus penumbra vision to locate spirits instead of doing what I was doing, just kind of running around and randomly. No? You don't got nothing to say? Where are you going? I mean, she might be going to a new spot to initiate something. I guess we'll see. Alright, hurry up. Walk to the spot so I can see if you need to talk.
We've halted Endron's oil pumping operation, taken control of their outposts. Once we leave, you'll be able to reestablish your claim on these lands.
You underestimate Endron's tenacity. You think you can attack them and simply walk away. How naive.
No self-respecting Garu would ever let the worm and its servants take their territory without a fight.
A dead Garu is of no use to Gaia. I do not share your delusions. Nor does Pachua.
Think about what you're saying. Words like that ill-suit a warrior of Gaia.
I choose my words.
This is coming from some lady that got captured and was in a
and I'd
cell
advise you
in one of Endron's facilities when
be careful
needed me to get her
not
out.
to insult a pack leader when you're on her land, Kahal. Go look for your daughter. What do...
I met the spirits of the region. They suffer under the assault of the worm, and you're not doing anything to help them.
Only the strong
The minor spirits are powerless compared to Pachua. Saving them from the worm will not
I wonder why
change
they
a
made her
thing.
up Tina.
How can you say that? They helped the guardian spirit fight the worm.
That would have
They're
been
the
a whole
foundation upon
Bane
which Gaia
Tender thing you could have
survives.
done.
Survival sometimes requires sacrifice. Gaia's included.
You remain deaf to Gaia's call. I just don't understand.
I'm not looking for your understanding. I'm looking for you to leave my territory.
Your guardian spirit doesn't like humans.
Neither do I.
But the humans who are with me are fighting for Gaia.
If they were worthy to serve Gaia, then they'd be a rare exception. Humans. Our Garu ancestors made a mistake when they gave them an opportunity to prove their worth. Now, Gaia pays the price for their foolishness.
How do you feel since your return to the cairn? I'm worried Endron's experiments may have caused after effects.
After effects. Make no mistake. I was too strong for them. Too strong for the worm's corruption. I've
Heard that
never
before.
felt better.
If you say so.
If you've never felt
I'll talk
better,
to you
something's either going really right or really wrong. Alright, so we.
Oh no. I can feel the hate that flows through her. And her guardian spirit.
Oh yeah, let's go talk to this guy.
I'll leave when I've finished with Endron. And when I found my daughter.
You continue to provoke the beast by confronting him.
I don't know why that dialogue was so long.
Anger.
You wouldn't be scared, guardian spirit.
Hold your tongue. Fear warrior. I fear nothing. It is through my wisdom that I avoid unnecessary battle. Endron left us in peace until you arrived.
You call this peace? You're sick, guardian spirit. And you don't realize it.
What is with those gyrations?
Yourself, or your people are lost.
It's like it was boogieing down. Oh, is that it? Oh, and I guess I can't talk to him anymore, can I? What about her? Can I talk to her? Oh, they also don't like it. Let's see. They have the reset skill thing yet? Discuss.
I'll talk.
Alright, there's nothing more. I pissed off that spirit. Pakachuku. Pakuchula? Pachula? Alright. One last check over here. And yeah, that looks like it's it. Oh, I also might have to go for a couple minutes handling that thing I was talking about earlier with the lumber. Make sure it gets sent off properly. Yeah, we were not expecting lumber, and then we showed up and we found this pile of lumber just sitting in our driveway, and we're like, well, that's interesting. We're expecting a lawnmower, but was there whiskey up here? Can't remember. I think there was. Could have been wrong though. Maybe it was crossbow bolts. Pakuchula. All right.
We've got full control of the outposts, and Ava stopped their machines. They're not pumping oil anymore, that's for sure.
Now there's just the HQ left.
I'll take care of it. Alone.
Like the entire
I get
game.
it.
The
Good luck.
opposite of what these games should be like. You need a pack.
Ava, I'm at the gate to their HQ's maintenance zone.
Get moving. Every
Who
second
are you
counts.
talking to, buddy? Alright. White spot. Somewhere in here. Somewhere over there.
They've taken all our outposts, and they're coming for us next. Let's show them what a mistake that is.
Take it out, quick!
Take out those turrets, because those things hurt. And again, you can use this door trick to kind of game the system.
We've got a killer in our midst!
Nice.
Really, you're sending scientists to go looking around? He's floating up and through. That's interesting. It's gotta be in here, right? Like, there's gotta be a spirit or something. There he is. There's a little guy. Looks like a talon. Like, there should have been a skill tree where you could unlock an ability to shift quickly. Quick shift from Lupus to Hamid for takedown by pressing the right trigger. Right? That would have been a neat ability. I don't think there's anything else for you to grab here. Alright, that just opens into that room. That's where I gotta go. Sabotage this for good measure. And I'll sabotage this for good measure. And yeah. Okay. We are running well. Oh sure. Looks like we'll go loop around, I think. Loop guru. We got Fomori. Got one camera. What's this? Read. Captain Fergus, I read that.
This report was printed shortly after I reunited with Adana.
Alright, folks. I'm going to be right back. I just gotta take care of a couple things. Let's do this. Let's do that.
Let's make a run.
Wait for me, Aiden. I'm coming.
Have you found Watkins yet?
I don't have eyes on him, but I'm sure he's upstairs. Go.
Hey, sorry about that. I forgot I didn't turn my mic on. Yeah, so I was just trying to get the white spots to figure out what's what. People are here to pick up the lumber for the other folks where they mixed up the order, so I'm actually going to take a momentary break and make a phone call real quick. Howdy doody, folks. Howdy doody. Alright, that's handled. Alright. Up and at them. Onward and upward. All that jazz.
All units, kill anyone trying to enter the HQ.
Well, that's not nice.
We'll have the outposts back under our control soon enough. It's only a matter of time.
Alright, I think
to your posts.
when you're in penumbral vision like that, they have distorted voices too if they're Pentex. I can't enter there. Looks like there's two in that room. Yeah. Locked. It's locked. That was not proper.
Backup needed in this sector. Whoa.
Again, that camera's fault. There's that one. That one. I'm assuming there'll be one like right around here, maybe? Is that it? That's where I came in at. There's one there. One there. I haven't looked up actually. 2, 3, 4. 4. Let me cheat. Yeah, there's supposed to be 4 in here, huh? It looks like they're all along the outer rim.
Fuck! It's locked.
There's a terminal close by. I'll get you through somehow.
Oh, well, can't go back now. Oh, wait, can I? Can I go back? Just through the vent? Yeah. It should be creep like this. builds frenzy, right? That should help. Crossbow bolts, always appreciated. Notes. There's that. I don't do that yet, though. Take that. So we don't know if we'll be coming back here. Let's turn this off. What can we turn off here? Turret? That works.
Going to have to take the long route. That's all I can do from here.
Good enough.
Good enough. For you. Good enough. For you. Alright. Okay, so actually let's go back. If we can. Looks like we can, because it looks like there is a fourth spirit in that room, but it doesn't shimmer. To the left of the door. Should be around here then. You know what? In the grand scheme of things, it don't matter. Didn't realize there was a camera there. Otherwise, I probably could have stealthed all of it except for the mech.
I found her. She's with Watkins. You got her locked up in some sort of glass chamber. They're taking her upstairs. Hurry up, Cahal.
Oh, please, I'm gonna ask to do this. No, you simmer down. Oh, we got another point we can spend. You know what? I was gonna do a long one, but I think they add a video count. So what time is it? How long has this been going on for? Ooh, this has been going for a bit, huh? I'm gonna take a break and come back to this later. Werewolf Earthblood. Alright. I appreciate every single subscriber that I have. Also, I want to say I appreciate you for stopping in and hanging out for a bit. Hope you got some enjoyment from it. I don't want to say I've changed my opinion on the game. I still kind of feel like I do or did at the beginning, because I feel so strongly about the property, but this portion of the game's been okay. It's been better. I actually prefer the Nevada open desert area. Less so than this, because it's kind of reminding me of the opening section of the game, which I feel is a weak part of it. Yeah, definitely invest in Taste for Flesh. It helps with dealing with those big phase swiftness. And that's actually tied to the fact that, and it doesn't really play too much in this game at all. Literally at all. But in the setting of World of Darkness, the Fianna are known to be very close to changelings, which are like fairies, and it's a different splat. But thanks for showing up, whether you showed up for the whole video, any of my videos, for 10 seconds, or for the entirety of them. We'll come back for some more Werewolf the Apocalypse Earthblood. You know, it's a nice breakup for Fallout 3 gameplay I've been doing. Alright, everyone. Hope you have a good morning, good afternoon, and a good night. I'll catch you later.